Yeah, it's an Overreaction Monday, Hoodie. So let's get started.
All right.
The Cowboys Super Bowl window is closed. Dak looks terrible this season. The Cowboys rank 25th in offensive efficiency and 27th in defensive efficiency. They're paying their quarterback the most money in the league going forward. Simply absurd amount of money against the cap for a guy who just does not look good right now. They're going to hire a new head coach after Jerry lets Mike McCarthy's contract run out this season because he won't fire him in season. As he said yesterday, we're not moving on. Okay, well then why aren't you extending him? Because you're going to let him walk. This thing's over. I don't know how they restructure this team.
You know, the Dallas Cowboys, Shay, reminds me of a NIL-filled college football team that plays hard sometimes, and sometimes they just don't give an F. That's what the Cowboys remind me of. Just some NIL-rich team in college football is like, maybe we'll play hard, maybe we won't. We're paid, it doesn't matter. That's how they played yesterday. That's an embarrassment. National television, big spot against the Lions, a real contender matchup in the NFC, and you perform like that at home? It just, they have, at times I would just wonder, the loss against the Saints, the loss against the Ravens, whether or not they have it. I don't think they have it anymore.
I cannot believe they are that bad. But then I pulled up their roster, and for every, is it Diggs, the corner?
Yeah.
And the quarterback and the wide receiver, and they got a good tight end, and Rico Dowdle's a good running back, and they got a handful of, you look at the roster, you're like, well, their GM hasn't done a very good job surrounding the star guys with a lot of talent. But I guess it doesn't matter when your quarterback, and I like Dak, he looks horrible. Horrible. Like the throw, he has CD Lamb cutting across the back to the left corner of the end zone. That ball has to be in one spot, the back little corner of the back of the end zone, and it's either caught, he taps his feet, touchdown, or it's out of bounds. You overthrow it. But you live to fight another day.
That's correct.
You underthrow it, and Brian Branch, who's a hell of a player, goes, oh, thanks. Bam, got it. That play right there, the game was over. Idiotic.
The Lions are just playing games. It's just making it. They was just run plays up in the dirt in the fourth quarter. Could not care less.
Hoodie, last year they had the moment with the 2-point conversion where Dan Skipper didn't report according to the official.
Right.
So what do they do in the fourth quarter with a 47-9 lead or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Dan Skipper lines up out wide and runs a route.
Yes.
And I haven't seen the Cowboys get trolled like that in their own building, maybe ever. You know they haven't won a game at home this year. They're 0-3.
0-3, yeah. Horrible. This is why every year when we do this show, Cap, don't bet on the Cowboys. Cap, don't be on the. Just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. Because they're just gross underachievers.
Can I say thank you to you and Shay and Jay Moore?
Because
I took my wife out to dinner Saturday night. We went up to a great place up in Vernon Hills. When you and I were at Buttermilk, they were building a steakhouse named Perry's. We went. We watched the game. I had the money to buy the dinner because I did not bet the Cowboys or Dak.
See, that's what friends are for.
Like, I actually had a really great meal. The big Hurt walked in, was sitting next to us, and I said to my wife, wow, I actually have the money in my pocket because Hoodie, Shay, and Jay Moore forbid me from betting on the Cowboys. How about that?
They're just a figment of your imagination, the Cowboys. It's not real. It's not real.
I was going to bet them again.
It's not real.
I was going to.
Dionne Warwick, go ahead.
Hoodie, head coach in Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski, is doing something I greatly respect. When asked about Deshaun Watson yesterday, Stefanski said he is sticking with Deshaun Watson. Now, I don't think that Stefanski would make this decision if he had the ability to make this decision. I think his hands are totally tied. Ownership in the front office have told him this guy makes this amount of money. He has to play. So what does Stefanski do? Puts his voice on it. This is my decision now. Why? Because I think he wants to get fired. Get me the hell out of here, is what Kevin Stefanski's saying at the podium. I respect it.
Wherever the Stefanski family is living in the Cleveland area, start getting your boxes from U-Haul. Just start slowly just packing stuff away because you're out of there. 2-time coach of the year. You're banking your whole reputation, your career on the Lotion King. That'll be all.
I would love to know, and maybe one day when we have some downtime, we get our guy Tony Rizzo on from ESPN Cleveland. How much was Stefanski involved in the acquisition of Deshaun? Because, we heard the former GM of the Panthers, Scott Fitterer, who made the trade with Poles, wanted C.J. Stroud, and the owner overruled. Like, I would like to know, did Stefanski go, yeah, I'm not all in, and the owner forced it, or did Stefanski go, that's the guy, go get him? I'd like to know more of that, because if he is culpable for some of this, that will not look good for him. But you're correct. He's a good football coach, and that thing is untenable in Cleveland.
Before all the lawsuits and the allegations, why wouldn't you want Deshaun Watson? You thought change of address, away from the Texans, good enough football player to grow under our leadership. But then here's the lifetime special or the FX special that's going to be on Deshaun Watson. All the pressure, all the lawsuits, all the payoffs, it's affecting his play, Cap. He can't play the position anymore because every time you look around, there's a lawsuit. How could you concentrate on that? How could you concentrate on your job when this is happening a lot in your season? Some can be able to turn a blind eye to and just focus on the play, as you well know. But him, he's done. That'll be all.
Wow.
He's done. Cap.
We have a few moments on this show in the years we've been together. One of them is when you say, that'll be all. It's like a defining moment. Like you'll say, I don't know, we got to see, maybe it's got to get better. That'll be all. Usually is the
That's it. That
chef's
is
kiss. That'll be all.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That he's not going to
Wash
be.
your hands. We're done.
Yeah. He'll never be that guy again. And he put it on himself. Sorry.
Wow.
Shay.
Hoodie,
Yep.
this is going to be the best rookie quarterback class in NFL history. These top three quarterbacks, we know what Jaden Daniels is doing. We know what Caleb Williams is doing. And then Drake May debuts for the Patriots yesterday. And in one game, throws more passing touchdowns than the Patriots had all season going into it. 3 touchdowns in his debut against Houston.
Yes.
These top 3 quarterbacks are all incredible. This is going to end up being the best rookie quarterback class in history.
It's amazing, man. It is amazing.
You agree with that overreaction?
I mean, if we go back to the 83 draft,
That's it.
there you had 6 quarterbacks go, right?
So we go Elway, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, Ken O'Brien.
This is at least going to be the best since then. I think all 3 of these guys are absolute studs. Caleb, May, and Jaden Daniels.
Hoodie just said, okay, Ken O'Brien was
Ken
but-
O'Brien was solid. What do you mean?
He was all right.
Don't you say that about Ken O'Brien.
He was
How dare you say that about
I'm
Ken
going to
O'Brien?
pull his numbers
Don't,
up.
please don't.
And if they're not good, you're buying me lunch.
No, I'm just kidding. It's just Elway, Kelly, Marino, Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien stats. Ken O'Brien was good.
And Hoodie,
My God.
Hoodie, let's not leave out. We still have to see J.J. McCarthy next
true.
year.
That's true.
Bo Nix, Michael Penix is on the bench in Atlanta. Wow. And the Rat Man, Spencer Rattler, with a hell of
Ken
a first
O'Brien
half.
was awful. He completed 58.6% of his passes.
Some Bears seasons you could have took that.
He had
Yeah.
128 career touchdowns to 98 interceptions.
Yes.
Damn. And his career passer rating, 80.4. Yeah, no shot. Okay, so Marino, top 7 all time.
Elway,
Elway, top 7 all time.
Jim Kelly,
Top 10 all time.
Marino.
Maybe Kelly's top 15. I said Marino. So that's 3.
Yeah, Elway, Kelly, Marino. Yeah.
O'Brien, was there only 4 in the first round?
I think there's more. I think there's.
So,
But nothing's better than your era, though, of Len Dawson, Sonny Jurgensen, Jack Kemp,
Oh, God.
and John Brody in 57.
my era.
Were they first-round picks just to hand
You're
the
a
ball
jag.
off?
It's not my era.
Wait a minute, Cap. Isn't that your era?
No,
You guys watched them play as a child? I think you did.
I did not.
Cap, you're always telling me how great Bart Starr was.
He was amazing.
By the way, Shay, you laid out this group of quarterbacks, and you added in your overreaction Bo Nix.
No, I'm leaving Bo Nix out of the conversation with the three at the top.
Okay, be careful.
But I'm just making like picks 1, 2, and 3 were Caleb, Jaden, and Drake May. And we know Caleb and Jaden have been awesome to start this season. And Drake May goes out and throws 3 touchdowns for a team that had 2 passing touchdowns all season in his debut. These 3 are absolute studs. And there were 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round in the top like 15 picks.
So ultimately, you're going to be wrong about Jane Daniels. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And that's fine. I don't care.
No,
I was wrong about Justin Herbert.
You may not care, but it needs to be mentioned. Looks like you're going to be wrong
Did he
about
say
Jane
there were
Daniels.
6 taken in the first 15 picks?
Isn't it 6?
I thought it was 3. The 3 you mentioned,
Then Bo
McCarthy,
Nix.
Bo Nix. That's 5.
And Penix.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that guy.
Well, you'll be buried for a while, as long as Cousins is there. His gold chain.
Cousins is rolling.
Yeah. No, you may not care, Shay, but I just want to make sure it's on the record.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Jane
wrong
Daniels.
about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
That's fine. Good for him. Honestly, good. It's better for us because then we get to watch these 3 rookies battle for the next 10 years.
Ball out, baby. Let's go.
All right, that is our look around the NFL with Overreaction Monday here on Kap and J Hood. If you're on hold, you will be on the air. 312-332-ESPN. 332-3776 is our phone number. Kap and J Hood on a Bears victory Monday on Chicago.